I'm posting this in follow-up to the video I made yesterday about political speech at work and about the broad authority that employers have to fire someone for their political speech at work and outside of work. Hi, I'm Tom Spiggle with the Spiggle Law Firm. We help people who've been fired or afraid that they might be. So thanks for everybody, for everyone who interacted with the video. A couple things to clean up. I wasn't as clear in that video. A couple people pointed this out, which is absolutely true. You always have First Amendment speech rights, but it just protects you against the government action. It doesn't protect you against action at the workplace. So you always have your First Amendment rights, even when you walk into your place of employment, but it doesn't protect you against action by your employer, and your employers have broad authority to discipline you, even fire you for out-of-work speech, particularly if it could be disruptive to the workplace. But even beyond that, there's some exceptions for some states, but in most states, employers could fire you just because they don't like your political views. Now, I think that's bad for business. That's why most employers don't do it, because they want to have access to a good workforce, and they are broad ideological positions by people who are great at what they do, but that is the law. The other thing is, I had a couple people note, because this was a right to work state that this was happening, or because it's an at-will state. That really doesn't play into the analysis here. Almost all states except Montana are at-will employment states. I don't even know what that means in Montana. I don't practice there. Maybe an attorney who does can weigh in and tell us. But all the other states are at-will. It just means you can fire somebody for any legal reason, but you're still protected by federal laws like the National Labor Relations Act. Right to work state just applies to unionization. It doesn't affect this particular analysis. I'll also note that employers, while they have broad authority to discipline or fire people for their out-of-work conduct, including their speech, it's not a complete get-out-of-jail-free card. If an employer is acting against people of only one particular type, they're only firing the people who are black for what they are saying, and they're only firing the white women for what they're saying, or they're only firing people who are members of the LGBTQ community, while not disciplining of a different class of people who are saying the same thing or equally incendiary things. That could be what we're called pretext for discrimination, and could be actionable. An employee could file a lawsuit on that basis. So just a couple things to follow up there. Again, thanks for the conversation on this one. I think it's important for people to keep talking, keep turning the temperature down on this. I appreciate the interaction, and stay safe out there, guys.